Welcome to this LHU course on how to be a disciple. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you. You meet Jesus and he saves you. Like he shows you his goodness and his grace and his forgiveness of all your past sins, all your present sins, all your future sins. He says, listen, you don't have to try to earn my favor or my love or my forgiveness. You don't have to try to work your way out of this debt. You don't have to worry about trying to fill your own emptiness with things that don't satisfy. He says, instead, I'll heal, I'll forgive, I'll restore, I'll replenish, I'll renew. I'll take all of your sin and give you all of my righteousness. And we know that. We have a confidence in that. He says, listen, if you'll trust me, if you'll confess your sins to me, I'll be faithful and just to forgive you of those sins and purify you from all unrighteousness. And we know that to be true. But here's the problem, and I think I know this because I've had this same problem, is that at the same time, even in the midst of that confidence, there's still this awareness in us that my thoughts and my actions, my intentions, my words, my reactions don't seem to line up to the new hope and the new life that I've been called to. That I can still find myself falling into old ruts, falling into old habits, and stumbling and struggling. And if we're not careful, it can be devastating, discouraging. It can be frustrating to be sitting there going, I know I have a new life available to me, but I can't seem to get there. And I think one of the key distinctions to remember is that Jesus has not come only to save you from your sin, but that Jesus has also come to save you to a new life. That he didn't come and see your negative bank account and go, look at all that debt of sin that you owe. Let me pay that amount, get you back to zero, give you a little pat on the butt and say, good luck, buddy. No, he sees that negative account, he pays for that, and then he deposits a brand new life. He says there's a whole new way to live. He's gonna come and say through the Apostle Paul in Philippians 1:6, he says, being confident of this, that he, Jesus, who began a good work in you, will carry it on to completion. Again, through the Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians 3:18, he's gonna say, and we all, with unveiled face, beholding the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. Jesus himself is gonna say, hey, listen, I have come that you might have life and have it abundantly. That Jesus didn't come only to save you from sin, but to save you to a new life and an abundant new life. I don't know how many of you might have like a Costco membership or a Sam's Club or whatever it might be, but I went and got one of these. I got myself Costco membership. And can you imagine if I sign up, I register, I get everything, I'm aware of all that there is to offer, but all I do is walk through the store, walk past the cash registers, get myself a hot dog and leave. I mean, can you imagine how ridiculous it would be to walk past all the abundance that Costco has to offer and only get a hot dog? I can get a hot dog anywhere. Jesus is saying, listen, I have so much more to offer than just the hot dog at the end, that I've got an abundant new life. Like you can walk through Costco and go, okay, I need 30 pounds of chicken. I need a new kayak. I need a new furniture set, a new set of clothes, 300 razors, and I'm good to go. Like you could go to Costco, get enough fish and loaves of bread to feed the 5,000 without the miracle. That's the kind of abundance we're talking about at Costco. And Jesus says, if you come to me, I've come to give you life and life abundantly. That there's so much more that Jesus has to offer to address all of those frustrations and all of that awareness of the things that are inconsistent and not lining up with what Jesus has called us to. And it's my belief that the biggest difference between those who are just getting by in their walk with Jesus and those who are thriving in their walk with Jesus is their understanding of the word disciple. That those who are thriving with Jesus know that a disciple is someone who isn't just interested in Jesus saving them from the penalty of their sin and shame. That someone who is walking with Jesus, who's a disciple of Jesus, they understand that being saved by Jesus is to enter into a lifelong process of him transforming and renewing, him remaking, him restoring our identity and our purpose. That being a disciple is to have a vision for Christ likeness. It's to understand that Jesus lived in an enormous amount of freedom. And that if I follow after Jesus, I too can live in an enormous amount of freedom. That Jesus had laser-focused purpose. And if I follow Jesus, I too can have that purpose. Jesus had peace of mind and he was calm in his spirit. And I too can have that if I follow Jesus. That the people that are thriving as disciples understand that I have a vision of being like Jesus. And so I want to propose a sort of a definition and a little bit of a how-to on how to be a disciple and how to view being a disciple. I think that a disciple is someone who lives to be with Jesus, become like Jesus, and do what Jesus does. We're going to take the next couple of classes to kind of unpack and explore exactly what that means, and I can't wait to get started.